What up, y'all? I know that probably sounded like shit because it came from my phone, but that was indeed Behemoth. Um, those badasses from Poland. Before I get started today, I just want to give a quick shout out to Ginger. If anybody is familiar with that metal band, with the has a female, it's a female fronted metal band. Great band, just amazing band. If you've ever heard them, the voice that comes out of that girl is like, damn, like it's crazy. Anyways, they are from the Ukraine, so I just want to give a shout out to them. Hopefully they stay safe. Everything, they got. So for anybody out there who has their opinions, the only thing I want to say is they got nothing to do with any of that. So don't hold it against them. They're just from there. So um, hopefully they're safe, and we hope to see them back touring again soon. So shout out to Ginger. So I got a mixture of pretzels and Cheez-Its.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, and actually drinking tea. So
Paula from Worcester, Massachusetts.
there you go. There you go. So everyone, it is new release Friday. A whole bunch of new music came out today. Just to name a few of the incredible releases today. The Christian metal band, Bad Omens, released a new album today. And for anyone who hasn't heard me mention it on a stream before, or who doesn't know anything that comes out, everything that comes out, that's rock or hard rock or metal or whatever, everything I listen to, everything, start to finish. 98% of it gets deleted, 2% stays on my phone. And I gotta say, for the Bad Omens new album, just wow, it was incredible. I absolutely love it. I love Bad Omens last album. This album, the only negative thing I can say is that in the clean vocals, where it's very little screaming, actually, when they originally started, it was more of like metalcore and the screaming and hardness. They don't really seem to do that anymore. Now it's more like 90 90%, 10%, 90% clean, more straight rock based, and 10% screaming or more hard rock metal. And that new album just blew me away. So just wow. Anyone that's looking to check out a new band or that you think you may like it, check out the Bad Omens. And the name of the album is The Death of Peace and Death of Peace. I can't even talk. The Death of Peace of Mind is the new album. And like I said, the only negative thing I can say about it is sometimes the vocalist, his voice is annoying at a couple of times throughout the album, but for the most part, it's not too bad. Corey Taylor, CMFB, CMFT 2 B-sides, which stands for Corey motherfucking Taylor. B-sides. That was released today. Had some cover songs, some acoustic songs. What I can say, as far as that goes, covered on the Doc side. He also had a couple of other covers on there, but the live version he does of Home and Going into Zizek's Road, absolutely like incredible. I think I've listened to that 4 times today. Just amazing. It's when you listen to that, it's really, really hard to believe that the same person that's up there screaming people equal shit is the same person that's sitting there on the piano performing that. Just incredible. And then seems to be a theme. George Corpse Grinder Fisher, the lead vocalist of Cannibal Corpse, released a solo album today, his first ever solo release. Just a bunch of solo albums coming out. Eddie Vedder, not this week, but I think it was either a week or two ago, Eddie Vedder released his 3rd solo album called Earthlings, which is going to bring me to our first topic. Jay, I gave you a couple of songs to listen to. One was the Eddie Vedder song.
Yep.
So why don't you give me your thoughts on that before I hand it over to you for my homework, and give me your thoughts on the 2 songs that I sent you and tell everybody what they were.
Okay, well, the first song I listened to was the Eddie Vedder song, and it was actually kind of funny. I saw it on YouTube as the link that you gave me, and I'm like, wow, like if I just close my eyes and it's very Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers-esque, and I said that to myself, and then I read the reviews, and apparently I'm not the only one that said that. In fact, a lot of people thought it was a cover of a Tom Petty song, which does. The song itself sounds like a Tom Petty song. The way he sings it is very Brennan-esque of Tom Petty. I mean, he doesn't sound exactly like him, but I mean, it's very, in that same style. I'm not an Eddie Vedder fan, but you know that I'm not an Eddie Vedder fan at all, including Pearl Jam. Great first album they have ever had, and then just went downhill after that. But I thought the song itself, I listened to it from start to finish, and I thought the song was very good. And I think the reason why it sounded so much like Tom Petty, since I am a Tom Petty fan, is the reason why I kind of like it.
Okay. Do you want to go into your thoughts on the other song, or do you want me to give you my thoughts?
That's fine.
I'll give you my thoughts on both as well.
Well, all right. Well, yeah. All right. Fine. I'll do the other song too. It was the other song was by Corey Taylor, and he covered what was it? The Dark Side. The Dark Side, and that's from the movie Eddie and the Cruisers, which I have seen Eddie and the Cruisers a long time ago, and I'm very familiar with the song. And I actually I kind of enjoyed that. That was a really good cover of that song. And I think Corey Taylor does a lot of good covers and stuff. And when I actually enjoy Corey Taylor when he actually does sing. I think he should sing more than his other types of style. But I really enjoyed the song. In fact, it actually makes me want to watch Eddie and the Cruisers.
Okay.
You're up.
I'll start with my I'll also start with the Eddie Vedder song. So that whole album is awesome. He does a duet. He also does a duet with Elton John. There's a song on there. I almost sent it to you, but I didn't want to send you 2 Eddie Vedders.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Because I know how you are with. I know that's why I tried to prepare you ahead of time before I sent it, just because you'd see the name and you're like, ugh. So, but the reason I picked that track is one, by far the best, one of the best on the album. Two, the second I listened to it, I'm like, holy shit, this sounds just like Tom Petty. And I know you're a big Tom Petty fan. And I even played it for my sister. We were in the car, we actually listened to the whole album. And she's like, this sounds like Tom Petty. She said the same thing. Yeah. So knowing you're a big Tom Petty fan, and also I didn't think that would be something that you would expect from Eddie Vedder either. So so I sent you that one. They also have a song which maybe after off camera after the show I'll send it to you. You listen to the song, and as much as you got a Tom Petty vibe from that song, just as much you'll get a Beatles vibe from this other song.
Okay, all right.
And the name of that one is, I'll give you the name of that track right now. The name of that track is Mrs. Mills.
Mrs. Mills, okay.
And it you listen to it, it even has like, I don't know if it would be, I'm not sure if it's Penny Lane or like one of but it sounds like later Beatles, where it kind of has like, I want to say, yeah, it kind of has like that era. Like when you listen to it, it sounds like a Beatles song.
Okay.
But that's something that I really, really enjoyed about his solo album, is that every song on that album sounds different. They not all the songs sound like somebody else. There's really only 2 songs that sound like somebody else. The one I sent you sounds like Tom Petty, and then Mrs. Mills, that sounds like the Beatles. Those are really the only 2 that sound like anybody else. The other songs don't sound anything like anybody else. But Long Way was the name of the Eddie Vedder song that I sent you, and I love it. I think it's great. I listened to it today after I sent it to you, just so it was fresh, and I don't think it could sound any more like Tom Petty without being a straight ripoff.
No, I don't think he doesn't sound exactly like Tom Petty, but like I said, I think it's very reminiscent. He has that same kind of tone, that same kind of style as Tom Petty, and I thought that the song itself was a good song for Eddie Vedder.
It sounded enough like Tom Petty for you to be able to enjoy it.
To enjoy it, yes.
There you go. Moving on to Corey Taylor. Now, anyone that knows me knows I am a massive fan of Corey Taylor. That being said, his solo album was by far one of the worst things I've ever heard. Okay? His solo album had maybe 2 songs on it. 2 songs, okay, that were decent. And one was the one that I touched on, Home. The original version of that album song is on his solo album. And the other one was Black Eyes Blue. And you listen to the rest of the album, it's almost unlistenable. Almost unlistenable. Not because like it's nothing like anything he's ever done. It's nothing like Slipknot. It's nothing like Stone Sour. It's nothing like, it's just crap. It was
nothing
awful.
Like his other solo stuff.
No, that was his first solo album. The other stuff was Stone Sour, but that was his first solo album, and it was awful, just god awful. But again, Home was good, and the first song he put out from his solo album was CMFT Must Be Stopped, and it featured Tech Nine, and it featured like one other person too. And like, Corey doesn't sing, Corey doesn't scream, he raps the entire song, like straight raps. I'm like, so CMFT Must Be Stopped was the first song. CMFT must be stopped from releasing another solo album if it's gonna sound like that. Okay, we'll leave it at that.
It's just not a clever title.
Yeah, he also must be stopped from ever rapping again. Don't rap. Stick to what works.
You played that for me, and I have to agree to that.
Don't rap. Either sing or scream, or do both, because that works for you. But like both works for you. No, don't talk, because when he talks, he sounds too arrogant sometimes.
Oh.
I mean, he doesn't really even have to. I mean, in the video for CMFT Must Be Stopped, he made himself a championship belt that had his initials on it.
I saw that.
He stood with the belt over his shoulder. I was like, you made yourself a championship belt. I'm like, damn. So anyway, his cover of On the Dock Side, I don't think I've heard a cover that he has done, actually. That was bad.
Yeah.
His covers, when he covers a song, I have my own issues with people like Aaron Lewis, but Aaron Lewis is probably the best example that I can use. Any song that guy covers, like, even if the original song is shit, he turns the song into gold. It's like, it's any song. Like, he did Patience.
Yeah.
Amazing. He did What Hurts the Most. Amazing. He did Sober. He did Sober. He did Puff the Magic Dragon, for God's sakes. And even that was good. So he did Disarm by Smashing Pumpkins. He's done so many things, and yet they all sound good. Like, anything that guy covers is gold. Same thing with Corey Taylor. This guy, because he has such a range, and like I said, you listen to a song like Heretic Anthem, and he's up there and he's screaming, if you're 555, I'm 666, and then he's up there screaming people equal shit and all this other stuff, and then he sits down at a piano and he performs something like Home, and he sings it the way he does. It's just, his range is incredible. So his covers are always good. And On the Dock Side, I actually think he kind of nailed the vocals. He kind of sounded like, I don't think it could have been any better. I can't really imagine anybody else doing a cover of that song that would sound better than it did. So I really enjoyed that too.
Now, have you seen the movie? So can you?
A long time ago.
Long time ago. Okay.
Really long time ago. Yeah, I'll have to watch it again.
Yeah. No, I thought he did a really amazing job of that song. I hadn't heard that song in a long time, and I thought it was very.
So pass it over to you.
Okay, so I sent you this song now. I'm not a country person. I have a few country songs on my iPod, and so every now and then I find a country song that actually sounds decent to me. I was actually surfing around Instagram, and I came across this thing. You pull up a video, and there's no audio except for just music playing. And this song popped up. I'm like, oh, man, this sounds good. What is this? So I actually went straight to YouTube, and I just typed in just whatever lyric I heard, and then the song popped up. And it's Blake Shelton's God's Country. And to give a little history on why I kind of sent you this, a while ago, for years, I heard this song on the radio, and this is before Shazam or whatever, those apps that you can just hold up to the radio and it just shows what song it is. And before the internet, before all that stuff, yes, I'm dating myself. I heard this song on the radio, and always certain parts of the song, I'm like, this song's awesome. I thought it was ZZ Top at first, but it wasn't. And it wasn't until when we saw Endgame, the Avengers Endgame. It was the very first song that pops up. I'm like, that's it. That's the song. And then I kind of listened to that song for almost the entire year. And then the next year, I found another song that I listened to. This is going to be this is the song that I'm going to listen to almost the entire year of 2022. Um, um, I thought it was a very good song. Um, I no, I don't. I'm not. I don't preach. I don't. You know, go out and try and convert people to any type of religion and stuff. But me myself, I am personally am a religious person, so I connect very well to the song itself. I don't care if anybody else does, but to me, I just thought the music was great. It was one of those songs that gets into your ear. So I know it came out in 2019, so it's not a new song, but I never heard it before.
Mm-hmm.
So and then ironically, you just popped up today, sending me those two songs. I'm like, well, yeah, what do you think about this song? 'Cause I know you went to a Blake Shelton concert not that long ago.
Luke Bryan.
Oh, it was Luke Bryan. Oh, all right. So, but anyway,
Same thing.
same, yeah. But I thought musically, I thought that the music was awesome and stuff, and I just wanted to get your opinion on it. So,
Okay, one, I hope maybe I should switch mugs. I hope I didn't offend you with my mugs since you're so
no.
like into religion. All right, good, because I'll switch mugs. I'll retire this one for any future podcasts. The reason I say that for anyone watching is Behemoth's not, to put it lightly, they're not a fan of religion, but which is why I held the mug this way.
Well, if you held it this way, you would spill your contents.
No, it's got a symbol they have on the other side.
Oh, it's very shiny. I can't even make it out anyway.
It's actually real gold. It's 14 karat gold, but it's peeling off. So onto your thing. It was I do like that song. I thought it was very well done. I'm not a fan of country music as well. To be honest with you, I heard the song, but not the artist. I had that song, but I actually had a cover of it. Okay. I had a cover, which I'll have to send it to you. See, so you know in the original, and then listening to that one and listening to the cover, I'd like to see like your comparison between the two and which you enjoy more. So me listening to the cover, which is more, it's more rock or hard rock based. Then you sent me this one, and I was like, wow, you know what? The original is actually pretty good. I never heard it, and I was a little surprised. You know, I the only thing I'm gonna compare it to is, you know, I think I can speak for you a little bit on this one, where kind of the same situation as like when I sent you the Eddie Vedder. You looked at the name and you're like, oh, what? And then you sent me this one, and I looked at the name and I was like, wait, what? So I think it was kind of like a similar situation there, but no, it was really good. I with me, you know, as far as to a certain extent, as far as whether they're for or against any specific subject or any specific, whether it's religion, whether it's politics, whether it's whatever the case may be, to a certain extent. It really doesn't matter to me as long as the song itself is good. So, but it was I was a little surprised, but at the same time, I did really enjoy it. I could definitely see myself listening to the original of that again. So,
who covered it?
The name of the band is called State of Mind. State of Mind. And they've done a lot of covers actually. They do a lot of covers. They actually started off as like there's another group too, and I can't think of the name offhand, but they started like doing covers on like YouTube and just recording covers, and then eventually ended up releasing some music of their own. just to name a couple of covers that they did. What Hurts the Most, Heart Shaped Box,
Huh.
In the Air Tonight. So just to name a few, but there's a ton of them that they did.
Right.
Nobody ever, except for Sean of Seether, because he actually sounds really good. Other than him, nobody else should ever cover Nirvana. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Well, to me, it just depends on the song. Not like I don't think Teen Spirit should be covered. I don't think that. Now I'm drawing a blank on their songs, but because I haven't listened to them in a while. But I think some of the unfamiliar songs, maybe like Beans, I think that should be covered. I don't think anybody can fuck that up.
Which one?
Beans.
Oh God, no. Oh, so terrible. I mean, there's very few Alice in Chains covers that were good.
Yeah.
I mean, Stone Sour did do a cover of Man in the Box. Corey did an okay job at that, but even that I don't really agree with too much. I think a band like, especially Nirvana, not just because they're my all-time favorite band, but they were so unique and legendary that you don't want to tarnish it. Same thing with Alice in Chains. I mean, Alice in Chains too, like Lane Staley was so unique in his vocals. He had so much passion and emotion in his vocals.
Right.
They should never be covered, man.
Well, if you're gonna cover an Alice in Chains song, Rooster.
Okay.
It all depends on who's doing the cover. Maybe Down in the Hole, but I don't think.
Going back to what I was saying earlier, actually, Aaron Lewis did cover Alice in Chains. He covered give me a second. I'm gonna bring it up right now. He covered Nutshell.
Oh, Nutshell.
Yes, he covered, and he did a great job. As much as I didn't like it, but again, he's covered so many people: Alice in Chains, Metallica, Greg Allman Band, Billy Joel. Like, he's covered a ton of people. Midnight Rider was the Allman song that he played, but that's been covered quite a bit, actually. That was even covered by Theory of a Dead Man. Even did a cover.
Yeah, well, that I think that one and Ramblin' Man are their two most popular songs. They have a lot of good songs, but those two were like the two songs that they're very known for and their best songs. So yeah, naturally people are going to cover those.
Well, I'm glad that I am glad that that the songs kind of surprised you a little bit. That kind of makes me happy. And so did the Blake Shelton. Yeah. Resident Evil, the last Resident Evil movie, man.
Did you see that? I sent you the link.
That shit was sick. It was good.
Yeah, you saw that. Okay, good.
Yeah. In my opinion, probably the best one so far.
Well, I love the fact that they incorporated. I mean, so did the other ones. I mean, they took a lot of liberties, but this one was more true to Resident Evil 1 and 2, especially 2.
Mm-hmm.
And they did incorporate the other video games in here, just like little things here and there. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I love the fact that when you walk into the police station, it's just like the video game. That's what I was kind of hoping for with the Mila Jovovich ones. And not that those aren't bad. I enjoy those. But to me, Resident Evil 1 and 2 are by far my favorite video games, and to watch a movie that's more true to the video game is, going to appeal to me versus the other ones. So, and I hope they make another one.
I'm sure they will.
Off of that. Yeah.
I'm sure they will. I loved it. Building on that, there is a lot coming out that's related to games. Some you may be familiar with, others you won't. But we'll start with you got two little boys. I'm sure they have seen the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
My oldest, he can't wait to see the new one, and he saw the trailer for it, and he's all excited. He says, "You're taking me to the movies to see that." I'm not arguing with it. Like, okay.
I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, I
thought it was good.
every now and then I call my oldest Donut Lord.
Yeah, Donut Lord.
So
okay, so we have a new Sonic. Oh, another one. Haven't been able to see your boys as much as I like because of the pandemic. Things have been crazy, but I know that your oldest is also a huge Pokemon fan as well.
Yeah.
Pokemon Detective Pikachu 2 is coming out as well. Yes. Yep. So there's actually a lot of Pokemon news. Sequel to the first live action Pokemon movie on the way. As well as a live action series coming as well. So that's cool. Go ahead.
I said I'll have to tell him that. Right now, I'm taking him to go see Sonic, and I have to take him to see the new Jurassic World movie.
Oh, that looks amazing.
That does look pretty good.
Yeah. So I gotta say, like, I really enjoyed the first Pokemon movie. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing the sequel, see which Pokemon they drag into it. So
yeah,
and the live action series would be crazy.
I'm not into Pokemon. That was after my time when that came out, and I don't understand it. I mean, he rats off all these Pokemon. I mean, he's got cards up the yin yang, and like he'll rat these things off. This guy, that guy, that. I'm like, oh, okay, that's great, yeah. And then I watched the movie with them, and I got lost right away. I thought it was cute for a kids movie, stuff like that. But it's he enjoys it. That's all I care about. So.
I mean, I play the Go one, but I'm not even gonna get into during the podcast how I got into Pokemon in the first place. It was a different situation. So
I have a bad memory for Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
I could have. I could have left my brother in New York City because that's all. Here he is. He's never been to New York before. He's sitting in Times Square, and all he is like this.
Oh yeah, no.
Pokemon because of his wife.
The last time I went to Times Square was just before. It was actually, I remember because it was crazy. I didn't get COVID. It was December 23rd of 2019.
Okay.
That's when I was in Times Square, and everybody knows how crazy it is at that time of year. And,
I refuse to go to Times Square ever again.
And yeah, that wasn't me. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Every now and then I would check it, but that wasn't. That it was mostly in my pocket, and every now and then, like you know, if I was waiting for something or if we were in line or something like that, like, you know, I would check it. But sorry guys, I had to make an adjustment. Um, and but no, that wasn't me. Even to this day, like I'll, you know, I might check something here and there, but I'm not, you know, the entire time. I did that a couple of times and I learned my lesson. But anyway, not quite to that extent, but I still did it too much a couple of times and learned my lesson. But anyway, um, you got a whole series coming out, and that looks good. A couple other movies is an Untitled Mario movie. I'm hoping
Oh,
that's better than the original Super Mario Brothers movie.
I know Chris Pratt is playing Mario, and I did see the cast, and Chris Pratt's the only one I remember. But just the cast alone, I remember saying, "Oh, this looks," because it had no pictures, had no, because it's still in development. But
Mm-hmm.
I like Chris Pratt, and so I might. I have to see the trailer, but I might see it just because I like. There's a lot of cast members in there that are worth watching. So
Well, Chris Pratt is a very good Star Lord too.
he's a very good Star Lord.
Um, Minecraft the movie. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Oh, great! Another movie I'm gonna have to take my son to because he's into Minecraft.
He likes Minecraft too.
Yeah.
Oh, you might have to go to a few of these though.
I know.
We're just getting started. Tomb Raider 2.
Is that
That's
with
a
the
sequel
girl
to
from
the last one. Yeah.
Good. I really enjoyed that one.
Okay. I don't know how familiar with this one you'll be. Probably not at all. Borderlands.
Borderlands. Oh no,
Yeah.
that's based on a video game.
Mm-hmm. These
Yeah,
are all.
yeah.
Everything that I'm bringing up is going to be based on the game.
Yeah,
They're all movies and they're all in development. They're not just ideas. They're actively in development.
Right. I've never played the game, but I do remember seeing commercials for the game and stuff. So yeah. I'm kind of familiar.
Okay. BioShock.
BioShock, I'm familiar with. Yeah.
Yep, the big ass freaking metal thing.
Yeah.
Not too familiar with it. I only know what kind of game it is. If I was to compare it to anything, I would compare it to, I don't know, an open world Tekken, because you're walking around and stop fighting people. It's Yakuza. So, the Yakuza video game series is being turned.
Yakuza, huh?
Yeah. Mega Man.
Mega Man, really?
Mega Man.
Jeez, what are we back in the 90s? Wow.
Right? Mega Man. Here's one. I know of the game, but nothing really about it. Beyond Good and Evil.
Nope, never heard of it.
Okay. Metal Gear Solid.
Wow. I'm actually shocked that it took this long for a movie to come out. Because that's a very popular video game.
It used to be, yeah. They haven't had one in a really long time, but yeah. I'd probably just, and a lot of people will go and see it because even if they're not familiar with the games, like they'll think it's another war movie, and you have some people who just go see every war movie that comes out. So, Just Cause.
What is it?
It's another one. Just Cause.
No, Just Cause?
Just Cause, yeah. CAUSE. Just Cause. It's like that was a PlayStation exclusive. It was an action game.
Yeah, it was also a movie back in the 90s as well. No, it had nothing to do with the video game. It just has the same title.
Gears of War. That's the one I'm looking forward to. If they do it right. If they do it right.
Well, I have a feeling the reason why that's coming out is because the Halo movie, Halo show just came out.
That looks incredible.
Those I haven't seen it yet because I don't have Paramount. So, but those two I remember were really big when they first came out.
Yeah, they're still big. I mean,
Yeah.
the new Halo Infinite, I was playing that a little bit earlier today. And Gears of War, I usually play, but I haven't played it in like a week. But yeah, the Halo series coming up, Paramount. I remember the old movie, and I remember watching the old movie and how incredibly disappointed I was because it was just horrible on so many. It was awful.
What movie?
Halo.
Oh, Halo.
Yeah.
There was a movie?
Is it? Yeah. Yeah. It's on. Should be on Vudu. If you want to waste 90 minutes of your life watching it, it was bad. It was really bad. I think it's on there. Let me look. Is it?
I know you have a CGI'd Resident Evil movie on there.
Yeah, those are good. Those were more like the game. That's why those movies were better than the actual. It is. It's actually called Halo Nightfall.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on. It's on there.
Okay.
So it's pretty terrible though. Yeah, but that new one just looks incredible. Call of Duty.
Ah. Okay.
That should be interesting.
Now, do you know anything about this one? Is it based on World War II? Is it based on any actual video game, or is it just, just inspired?
There's such a wide spectrum. Huh?
There's so many Call of Duties. They're all different.
There are. Yeah, and they range all the way back from like World War I, World War II, all the way to like the future. And it's like with all kinds of crazy shit. So I don't know. They could do anything with that movie. I mean, they could have it be futuristic. They could have it be modern day. They could have it be World War II. I don't know. This like the game is just crazy. They could even turn it into a zombie movie at some point where like they kill everybody on the battlefield and they come back as zombies. I don't know, because Call of Duty's famous for their zombie mode now too. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. So it's that will be an interesting one. I don't know too much about the game. I know of it and basically what it's based on, but the movie this would probably make a good movie. Half-Life.
I've heard of it. I don't think I've played it. I've never played it, though.
It sounds like it will be. This one just sounds stupid because the game was stupid. Portal. If anybody's familiar with that video game, literally all you do is you make a portal to go somewhere, then you make another portal to go somewhere else, and you just go portal to portal. It's fucking dumb. Anyway,
when will the Q*bert movie come out?
Right? They should have made one, right? I never even heard of this video game, to be honest with you. Firewatch.
No.
I don't know. If anybody knows, leave a comment or something. Tell me. I have no idea. I never even heard of that game. The Division. That'll be another war military movie.
Okay.
I can see
if they're doing like a nostalgic feel to going back to Mega Man. Well, how come they haven't done Metroid? Remember Metroid?
It's a good question. That would make it incredible.
Cinema, I'm looking at you.
That would make an incredible movie too, because some of those monsters were sick.
I know.
This one I'm really interested in. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's? I've never heard of that.
About with the little killer teddy bear. I can see that one turning out like Chucky. Can you imagine if they did a Chucky crossover? You'd have a killer teddy bear and a killer doll trying to kill each other.
Well, why don't you just throw in Master of Puppet movie little guys in there?
The Puppet Master?
Yeah.
That'd be sick. I don't know how they're going to do this one. Just Dance, the rhythm music game.
Oh yeah. I've seen those in the arcades. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Dumb. No, the real old school Dragon's Lair. You remember that shit?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So they make a
Like
movie
they
out of
did
that.
a movie way back in the 80s. Not sure if there was a cartoon they also had, but I do remember playing the arcade video game a long
Mm,
time ago. Yeah. Wow. I'm
yeah.
gonna see that's for sure.
I'm gonna have to see Five Nights at Freddy's just to like see how ridiculous it is. And I'll see Dragon's Lair too. I'll probably end up seeing most of these honestly between Netflix or on demand or whatever, so
Right.
that I can come on here and complain about them. Um,
Well, you know what? I'll wait till you upload them so I can see it for free. So then I can bitch about them.
you get that for free. Um, is here's another one. So now these are TV shows in development. The Last of Us, based on that video game, that might actually be good because that's another like um action series. So
Yeah.
that could be good. Cyberpunk, that's a newer
Oh,
game. That was the video game that had Keanu Reeves in.
yeah.
That will be hopefully better than the game because the game didn't do well, but it was an amazing idea. It was basically like it was kind of like a video game version of like John Wick in a sense. Um, so that sounds crazy. Um, here you go, another one for your son. The Untitled Knuckles series.
Knuckles? Never heard of it.
Yeah, from Sonic the Hedgehog, Knuckles.
Okay.
They had Tails, Knuckles.
Yeah, Tails is gonna be in this one. Yeah,
Yep,
the new one.
yep. So the Untitled Knuckles series.
Okay,
Um, Tomb Raider animated series.
okay.
As we spoke of earlier, Pokemon live action series. The Witcher season 3.
Oh yeah. I saw a few episodes of the first one, the first
How was
season
it?
one. Huh? It's
Was it good?
wasn't bad. You know, I can't watch that with my son, but yeah,
Yeah, I never played the games, but I heard that they were good. So
I didn't even know it was a video game.
yeah, it's based on a video game.
Yeah.
Yep, The
The
Witcher
guy
was a
plays
game first.
the guy that plays Superman's in this with like long white hair. And,
Yeah, yep, yeah. It's
yeah.
yeah. Like I said, I never played the games. I know of the games, and I know like I've seen a little bit of gameplay from them, but I heard the series is really good, so I'll have to check it out. And I guess
Yeah.
they're doing a spin-off of that called The Witcher Blood Omen. So
Okay.
um Arcane season 2. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
An Assassin's Creed series.
Ugh. I did not. I played the first Assassin's Creed. The concept of Assassin's Creed, it's weird. I did kind of enjoy playing it and stuff like that. The movie with Michael Fassbender, terrible movie. Um, in fact, I believe it's on your Voodoo account.
Yeah, I think all the Assassin's Creed movies they made were bad.
I didn't even know they made more, but they just
Yeah, they made a couple. They made a
uh,
couple.
okay. But I did not enjoy the movie. No.
More TV shows. Resident Evil in development.
Really?
Yes. Yep. Um, I don't know what this is all about. Castlevania spin-off series.
Really? See, I enjoyed playing Castlevania, like the first four, especially the fourth one was my favorite Nintendo game. That way back in the day. The other ones were, a little got a little bizarre for me, but I did enjoy the Castle. Yeah.
Never heard of this, so if anybody knows anything about it, please tell me. Captain Laserhawk, a blood dragon. I don't know anything. I've never even heard of that. I'm usually pretty like familiar with games, and I've never even heard of that. So, this one this one I'm excited about because playing the games and being one of my all-time favorite video game series ever. This could be good. Devil May Cry.
Oh, the Devil May Cry.
Yeah,
Okay.
that could be cool.
Yeah.
That could be cool if they do it right.
Yeah.
If they don't make it stupid. If they do it the same way they did Halo, and basically, because from what I've seen of the Halo trailer, it's like almost scene from video games, only like
Action
put into live action.
Yeah.
So like even the weapons, everything are like spot on.
Yeah.
So
And the aliens themselves, like the aliens from the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's why like this Devil May Cry, I'm really, really hyped about that. Sonic Prime.
Really?
Another one for your
Right.
oldest. How about this one, Splinter Cell?
I've heard it. Oh no, yeah, I know Splinter Cell. That's like that's a Tom Clancy.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you know Tom Clancy, the yeah, he did the Hunt for Red October, all the Jack Ryan novels. He did Rainbow Six video game. I don't know if you're familiar with that one. Well, that's what
Mhm.
Splinter Cell. It was basically you know, a Black Ops type video game. Another like basically borderline war movie, a war you know,
Yeah. I think if they do it right, that could be crazy.
Yeah.
That could be crazy. Here's another one. This will add to all the war pictures. Well, this is a series, but Brother in Arms is coming. Based on the Brother in Arms game. It's Brothers in Arms was a war game. I'm not sure which war it was based on, but I honestly forget. I never played the game. I just know that it was like a war game. Yeah. So that pretty much covers everything they have in development. If you could pick one with your knowledge or limited knowledge of games, if you could pick one thing to turn into a movie, what would it be?
Well, just to let everybody know what you meant by limited knowledge, I'm not a gamer. I haven't played a video game. Let's see. I have an 8-year-old, so Red Dead Redemption was the last kind of video game that I played.
Great game.
Oh, I love the game.
I played the second one. The second one came out recently. I have the second one.
Well, the second one's for the one. I don't have the one. I only have the 360. Which that I wouldn't mind being turned into. Again, have to do it right, but a movie. But let's see. Wow. Yeah. I'm just gonna go with Red Dead Redemption.
Okay.
Maybe the zombie.
Yeah, that would be crazy, right? Well, I mean, they could do the same thing like they do with Call of Duty, where they do like a spin-off almost, or like everyone dies and then they come back. I don't know. It's crazy. If I could only pick one game to turn into a movie, Ninja Gaiden.
Oh yeah.
Not the old school ones from the NES, but the new one that was on like the later ones that was on like Xbox 360, because those games were sick, man. That was like Kill Bill, but with like monsters. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Like it was just between the sword, and then he gets all these other crazy weapons and fighting these big demons and going down into like hell or the underworld, whatever you want to call it. Like if they did it right, that shit would be nuts. So I would say that. I was gonna say Silent Hill, but they did that and it wasn't very good. So
that's true.
No, that was a great.
What about Donkey Kong?
They kind of
Yeah.
did though with Rampage.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Rampage. I enjoyed Rampage. I thought that was a fun movie.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, I don't
for
really.
what it was.
Yeah, even though it was like a video game movie, I still kind of look at it as another disaster movie.
Yeah.
That's just how I look at it. I mean, I know some people will get on me about that, but
Yeah,
I
I
look
mean,
at it as another disaster movie.
well, I put it up there right with like the King with the Godzilla movies because they totally trash a city or cities,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
that's what Godzilla he trashes cities. So I mean, he nuked Boston. So
yeah, they did. I mean, so if you out of all those, what would you say you're looking forward to the most out of all the ones I listed? You personally.
I don't know. Um, I don't know.
I would me Devil May Cry easily.
Yeah.
Easily. Yeah, Devil May Cry. They got to do it right though.
Well, I wouldn't mind the Metal Gear Solid. I used to play the first one a lot, so I wouldn't mind that one.
I mean, you like war movies anyway though.
Yeah, I like. I read a lot of war books. I study a lot of World War II, World War One stuff, and um, so yeah, so like that, and you know, if the Call of Duty one was set in World War II, I'll definitely see that.
Yeah.
So,
I don't
'cause I know,
know. That one's gonna be tricky to me because there's such a like Metal Gear Solid pretty much followed the same timeline. I mean,
Oh.
you even have two different companies making Call of Duty games. That's why there's two a year. It's not even one company making a game because two different companies have licenses.
Yeah.
So there's so many of them, and the time lapse is like ridiculous. I think they're in like 20 like 2338 or something year. I don't fucking know. So
well, I'm also I wouldn't mind seeing the Tomb Raider 2 because I did like the previous one. I thought that was well done.
mhm.
So
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting. I'm still looking for She-Hulk. Where's She-Hulk at?
She-Hulk.
I thought that was supposed to be out.
That's a Marvel thing.
Hmm?
She-Hulk is Marvel.
I know. They dropped the ball. You know what I'm looking forward to with Marvel? The Groot series.
Oh jeez. Yeah, that's it. That's all I want to see is 2.5 hours of a little stick man saying, "I am Groot. I am Groot."
Listen, Baby Groot made that freaking Guardians movie, dude.
Yeah, he did.
He was the best part of that movie.
Groot, Teenage Groot was funny too.
He was funny, but he wasn't as good as the Baby Groot. He's like, should I plug it in?
Yeah.
They're like, no. He does like, no.
But no, not that. But yeah.
Baby Groot was the best.
Yeah.
That was so great. So I'm guessing like I'm hoping what they do with the Groot series is they kind of do all the ages. I mean, technically, he could technically die in every episode because he just regrows. Apparently, right. That's what happened in the movie. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that'd be cool. You know, I'm looking forward to that. See how they do that. Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is gonna release some information very soon about Deadpool 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Be the first Deadpool made by Marvel.
Oh, so he's actually going to interact with actual Marvel characters.
Yeah, I still say he should take over Stan Lee's part and do a cameo in every movie.
That's fine.
And come out and have like one crazy line.
Yeah.
Since before we wrap it up, I gotta ask you though. It took me a really long time. But have you watched Falcon Winter Soldier?
No. I'm not.
Dude, that series is incredible. It really is. Like I watched WandaVision,
I haven't seen
and
any.
WandaVision, it's one of those things where when I watch the Marvel stuff, I watch them in order of release. So
Right.
like I haven't even seen Black Widow because I haven't gotten through Falcon Winter Soldier yet. So I had to watch WandaVision, then I had to watch Falcon Winter Soldier, then Black Widow, then I gotta watch Loki, and then or is it Loki first? I think it's Loki first, then Black Widow, then Shang-Chi, and then Spider-Man. So
And then more coming out this year.
yeah, more the Internals just came out and I don't have the Internals yet. So I got to see but I'm not in a rush because I still have all those others. But anyways, I watched WandaVision. Now WandaVision for me was very very difficult in the beginning to get through. The first couple episodes are just it was rough. Starts off in black and white. It's weird. They're like it's like an old school sitcom uh with like an audience like pumped in.
Like Leave It to
Like
Beaver type style.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You have like an audience backgrounds pumped in for like laughter and stuff like that, and they're like almost talking to the screen. It's like black and white. It's like an old school like 60s sitcom for the first like 2 maybe 3 episodes. After that it starts to pick up. So it by the time it ends, it was really good by the time it ended.
Yeah.
But getting through the first couple of episodes is hard, man. I can't say that about Falcon Winter Soldier. The very first episode, I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. Like, it is so good.
Yeah.
So good. So, I definitely recommend. I mean, I recommend all of them just so you have the full timeline because Agatha is going to be coming out. So, you're going to need to see WandaVision anyway in order to see Agatha.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not going to have any idea who Agatha even is. So,
but that's okay.
Yeah, no, you have to see WandaVision. If you watch WandaVision, you'll know who Agatha is.
Okay.
So that's going to be coming out. They even released a poster for it, and they're working on that. So I'm not sure if Agatha's. I think it's going to be a movie. I think. I want to say yes, but I know WandaVision. You got to watch. She debuted in WandaVision, so
Okay.
and she's actually one of the stars. And then but yeah, Winter Soldier, I only have 1 episode left, and it's like it's just as good as some of the movies.
Yeah.
Seriously, yeah, definitely check it out when you get a chance for sure. Um, make yourself some coffee before you sit down and watch WandaVision though, so you don't fall asleep. I mean, Disney, you guys dropped the ball on that one, man. You guys needed to you guys needed that to start off better because you probably lost some viewers after the first 2 episodes. So,
Maybe that's why first episode of Winter Soldier and Falcon are as you said was pretty good. So
oh, it was really good. It's like night and day. The difference is like night and day. It really is. It's so good. It's so good. Um, we only have 1 episode left to watch, and I think they might do a second season. I think. And then Loki, from what I've been told, I had a conversation with Sour Girl about it, and she was telling me how Loki is actually even better than Falcon Winter Soldier. So I'm excited to get into that. And then,
but now is that a show? That a movie?
Loki is a show.
Okay.
Falcon Winter Soldier is also a show. It only has, I want to say 6 episodes.
Okay.
Either 6, 8 max, but I think it's only 6. But yeah, it's and then She-Hulk will be a series. I forgot who's playing the She-Hulk. I forgot her name.
I was going to ask you if you know who's playing She-Hulk.
I can tell you her name. Hold on. What the hell's her name? I don't know. She's kind of weird though.
They're all weird. They're all Hollywood weirdos.
What's her name? Yeah, I forgot her name. She's kind of weird, but let me see. Um. Oh no, that's not the person I thought it was. So Tatiana Maslany is playing Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk. That's not who I thought it was. I thought it was this other girl who was kind of weird, but Audra. I thought it was Audra somebody. I think that's her name, Audra something. Yeah, she will be. She will be the.
Familiar.
Huh?
She looks familiar.
The girl playing She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't who I thought it was. I thought it was that Audra somebody. She's kind of weird, but it wasn't. It's not her apparently. So I'm looking forward to that though. I don't. Maybe they'll do a crossover. Maybe we'll see regular Hulk. I don't know. I thought it was gonna start in January. I thought, but I guess it hasn't started yet. I don't know what's up with that. So, but I don't really have anything else to talk about. So, I'll turn it over to you before we wrap it up.
Oh, I can talk. I can talk
anything
plenty,
else?
but
Yeah, what do you
not-
want? What do you want to talk about?
Oh,
What do you want to talk about?
actually, I haven't seen it yet, but I don't know if I know it's already been out on Netflix yet. Speak about TV shows, but have you been or are you going to watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series?
I am. I know the new movie is on Netflix.
I know.
So
Oh yeah, actually, the remake and the sequel to or the prequel to the remake is because they got released the same day
mhm.
the series was released.
There's
Oh.
one that's brand new. It's a brand new movie, and it's exclusive to Netflix. I think.
The only thing
it's a movie.
exclusive to
I'm gonna have to
Netflix
look it up.
is the series.
I'm gonna have to look it up. Let me look it up real quick. But I've heard a lot about it. A lot about it, and I really want to see it. Maybe I'll watch that. Yeah, right here, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 2022 film. So there is a film. Let me see. It's a. I guess it's a sequel. Weird. So they're doing apparently what they're doing with Hellraiser, and they're gonna do like I guess they're doing a movie and a series. That's doesn't really make any sense.
Doesn't make sense.
But they're doing that with Hellraiser too. They're they're gonna make a new Hellraiser movie, which I don't know who's gonna play Pinhead in that. And then they have the Hellraiser series, and it's gonna be female Pinhead, which we talked about once before on the program.
Now the movie. Now this movie, is this going to be in the theater or is this going to be another direct to the Blu-ray like the others have?
I have no idea. I hope it's not to Blu-ray because the last one I saw was awful. If I was to say the last like good one or decent one, they was Bloodline. Yeah,
and that
I mean the other one. Go ahead.
I said Bloodline. That was like 96, 97.
Yeah, was it 96?
Yeah,
was it?
I think we saw that in the theater. That came out the same year. Halloween 6 came out.
Okay, so the last one to come out was Revelations. That was the last one to come out, and
I saw the trailer for that. I haven't seen it.
Oh, it was bad.
I did see. Was it Resurrection? The one with the very first one with the brand new with the different guy playing Pinhead. That was terrible.
I thought that was Revelations. I could be wrong. I thought that's what that was. I could be wrong though. So Bloodline came out in when did Bloodline come out? 96.
Yeah, that
Holy
was right.
shit.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
96.
Yes. So Revelations came out in 2011. That's the one with a different guy, Bradley. I forgot his name.
Doug Bradley.
Doug Bradley. This is the first one without him.
Yeah.
I did see that. That was god awful. I saw the
Yeah, that
trailer.
was terrible.
I saw the trailer for Judgment, which came out in 2018, and just the trailer alone does not make me want to watch it.
Did I watch Judgment? I must have. I must have watched it because I watched every single one. Because I'm a big fan of the Hellraiser series. I love the Hellraiser series, but that Revelation, I mean, they got progressively worse. Like,
Well,
I was gonna say exactly what you said was Bloodline. It wasn't great.
no.
It wasn't great. I mean, I
But
wouldn't.
compared
I don't
to
know
the
if I would even. Go ahead.
but compared to the others, it was a lot better than all the other ones that have come out after that. Bloodline was the last one to come out in the theater, and then all the ones with Doug Bradley after that were, people wrote scripts and they gave them to these the production companies here to make it, and they says, well, the only way we could work this as being a legitimate movie is if we throw the Hellraiser series in it to make it work. Otherwise, it's trash. Well, if it's trash, don't trash an iconic horror series like Hellraiser.
Yeah.
And they did. I don't like any of the direct videos that have come out. I borrowed them from you, and I'm like, God, they're just god awful.
They got progressively worse. I mean,
Yeah.
they were. I mean, I would say they were watchable. They were watchable. They weren't good, but the only one that I would say wasn't even really watchable was that last one. That was so bad.
Funny. Here's the funny thing. That one, not Resurrect. Whatever that one was that you saw. That was the first Hellraiser movie to actually be to when they were writing the script. They were writing a script for a Hellraiser movie. So, and it still sucked.
Mm-hmm.
So
I really liked. I mean, I know a lot of people hated on 3. I liked 3, but
I like 3. I thought that was pretty cool. I liked the new Cenobites.
yep.
You know, I like the fact that those the Cenobites were like you had the cameraman who got turned into a Cenobite, and he had a camera.
That's cool.
The sex guy, and he had like a piston going through his head.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Hell on Earth. I mean, yeah, Bloodline was the last one that was like watchable. That was like, I wouldn't even call it good. I would say it was decent. I said Bloodline was decent. But
2 was the best. I love 2. 2 was awesome.
2 was the best. 2 was the best by far. Absolutely. I mean, you know what I'm really anxious to see? The remake of The Exorcist.
I didn't know they were doing that.
Yes.
Okay.
I saw the poster. For people at home, I talked about how I did security before, on here, and one of the security jobs I had, they actually posted me at a mall, and it was my job to patrol the whole mall, the outside and the inside. And a part of the mall there was a movie theater. So, obviously I'd walk around the lobby of the theater and go inside and things like that. But of course, being a big movie guy, I'm gonna look at every damn poster that they put up. So, the poster had who was ever playing the girl. It's got the girl
Reagan was
in the iconic scene where she walks backwards in the crab down the stairs. It has a picture of her at the top of the stairs, in that position, ready to walk down. So, I still don't agree with them remaking that movie. That's such an iconic movie; it shouldn't be remade. But now I am pretty curious to see it, because as good as that movie was, the technology that they had back then was so minimal compared to what they have now.
As long as they keep the pea green soup, and it's not digital, it's actual pea green soup like they used in the original, I'll watch it.
You know that's gonna be CGI. You already know.
Watch it.
It's gonna be CGI. But I'm really excited about that one. Really excited about that one. But that's it. Unless you have anything else you want to talk about. I don't have anything else to talk about today.
Nah, I mean I'm the movie I'm can't wait to see the most this year is Halloween Ends.
Okay.
I thought Halloween Kills was awesome, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how Halloween ends.
So many people hated on Halloween Kills.
What? I thought it was awesome. No way.
I cannot tell you. And I mean, you know, everybody knows, like, you know, social media, this and that, but hold on, I'm repositioning my iPad. That's why it's moving around so much. There we go. I'm standing it up again. All right. So everybody knows, you know, social media, it's all drama, but I can't tell you how much hate and negativity I read. I read more negative and hate for that movie than I read for positive, by a lot.
Okay.
Like, even to go so far as to, like, multiple people, right, who didn't see the movie, went out and bought it the first day it came out, watched it, and then posted pictures of them throwing the movie in the trash.
Well, what did you think?
I mean, I loved it, but I thought it was a great movie.
I mean, yeah. I mean, come on. I mean, you had the silver shamrock masks in there, so it's a nod to Halloween 3 without actually going into that storyline. You had the original girl that played Lindsay, the girl that not Lori, her friend across the street babysat, which, by the way, is Paris Hilton's aunt. I don't know if anybody knew that.
We have exclusive info like that on this show.
Yeah. You have the original nurse from the first one where Michael gets on top of the car and smashes the window, and they recreate that scene. And in this movie, there's a lot of nods to previous Halloween movies. The only thing I think they could have done without was the penguin-looking guy from Batman Returns. That the mental patient guy that jumps out the window. They could have done without that. I mean, I understand that was to build the mob and the fear and all this other stuff, but they could have done. If that wasn't in there, I would have been. It so wouldn't bother me. Other than that, I thought it was very well done. I did not see the ending coming. I mean, I understand that people probably got pissed off that he got the shit kicked out of him at the end and he just gets up. But I mean, come on, it's a Halloween movie. They're not going to kill him. Like, kill him. So, but I was not expecting. I don't want to ruin it for anybody. So, but you know, I was not expecting the very last scene, that to happen, and I gasped at that one. I thought that was, you know, a little twist. But I thought it was very well done. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the flashback scenes. Those I think were spot on. That, I mean, none of that was CGI, by the way. That mask they actually recreated through photos, a legitimate mask from to make it look like the original one. The guy that played Dr. Loomis, he wasn't CGI'd. He was actually one of I'm not sure if he was the caterer for the company they hired to do the catering, but he was somebody doing behind the scenes, and they hired him, and they put the makeup on him, and everybody just like thought that Donald Pleasance had just walked on set. I mean, because he looked spot on. It was not CGI'd at all. So the whole flashback scenes, I enjoyed. I enjoyed the cinematography of it. The whole graininess of it, the whole attention to detail. To me, I'm a detail guy. You have to be, if you're going to make a movie, like a remake or flashback scenes to another movie, put as much detail as you can. Just like the prequel to John Carpenter's The Thing. They had the detail work on that movie. If you love it or not, the detail in that movie where they recreated everything right to the same height, like the axe in the wall. They actually had to reference Kurt Russell's height to get that spot on the wall where they. So to me, I'm a detail guy, and those flashback scenes in Halloween Kills were spot on, and that's what really did it for me. But I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was awesome, and I can't wait for Halloween Ends to come out.
So after all that, now you guys know.
Yes.
Why I have Jay on here so much. Like, how can you not see a movie after that type of review?
Yeah. Oh, plus
you know what I'm saying? To his credit, I don't know all that shit. I don't know those type of details, man. That's why I got him. Just like that's why I'm here for the music. all the details that most people aren't gonna know about all the music.
Yeah.
This guy, I don't know. I'm sitting here. I'm like, I didn't know that. Like, that's why I got this guy, man. See that?
Plus, one of the, I don't want to say funniest death scene, but talk about overkill. I mean, the scene where he's in that couple's house. He stabs the guy and then drags him, puts him on the kitchen island, and just takes knife out of knife. I mean, dude, he's dead.
So what you're telling us is that it was better than Rob Zombie's?
Yes. I'm sorry to any Rob Zombie fans out there. I hate Rob's. I enjoy every single Halloween movie. That includes Resurrection, Halloween 5, Halloween 6, Halloween Homecoming, that's Resurrection, I'm sorry. H2O, all of them better than Rob Zombie's movies. I refuse to watch his sequel. And the only thing I heard, I YouTubed it. The only thing I thought that was kind of odd, but worth my time watching, Weird Al Yankovic made a cameo in it as himself.
He did. He did.
So that's kind of funny.
And I had this, this gives us something to talk about. I had this discussion with people on social media quite a bit, and it's about Rob Zombie. I'm a big Rob Zombie fan. I love Rob Zombie, but
okay.
Bro, it's getting to the point where you gotta stick to music, man. I'm telling you. I mean, I'll get all the movies that he puts out. I'm gonna get one because I'm a huge horror buff, so that's one reason. Two, I don't know why, but I'm a movie collector too. You know, I probably have like 400 movies, or close to 400 movies. So I'm a movie collector at that. So, you know, so I'll probably, you know, I don't buy music anymore. Not many people do. So, you know, and I spend a lot of time watching movies. I love movies. So, but bro, I mean, one of the worst movies I've ever seen had to be Lords of Salem. That movie was so bad. The movie was so bad. Lords of Salem was just, oh,
I didn't
what
see it.
was that? What was that? I mean, you know, you have this. It was the same girl that played. What was it? Was it Laurie Strode's daughter in Halloween? Was that her name? She had like the blonde hair.
Tyler Compton, Tyler Scout Compton. Yeah,
I get.
that.
Yeah, I mean, she ended up being the ghost with the horse in the second Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Oh,
I don't know, but she.
I thought that was Sherry. That was Sherry Zombie.
Oh, okay. But anyway, she was the one who played opposite of Danielle Harris and Rob Zombie in the first Halloween.
Okay.
She was the one being terrorized.
Yeah, so Laurie. She played Laurie.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, she's the star of the movie, so she's like some kind of DJ or something. I don't know. And it's like, she ends up playing some freaking crazy ass song that's supposed to like possess people or let the dead out or do something crazy, right? And it was just bad. And then the end of the movie, all of a sudden, you know, you're at the end of she goes into like this church or she goes to like this graveyard and she like kills something, and then she's like in the church and there's all like these people that I had no idea where these people even came from. Okay, because you don't really see these people throughout the movie. You see like flashes of different people, but I don't even know if it's the same people. And then there's like these red freaking and then at the end, I'm not gonna give like the complete ending. I'm just giving a little bit of leading up to the end, like towards the end. There's like all these people inside like this. It's either like a barn. I want to say it's a church. It might be a church. I don't know. But they all have like this red freaking penis thing, and they're all like stroking this red penis, and they're all over the freaking. I'm like, what is going on? What is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? It was such a bad movie. Forget how crazy and ridiculous that sounds, right? Besides that, the movie was awful. One of the worst movies I think I've ever seen. It didn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying?
See, guys, this is what I'm talking about. Attention to detail. How do you not want to watch this movie after he gave that riveting, detailed information about this movie?
Yeah, your explanation was way better, but anybody that has seen the movie knows what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah,
like it was absolutely ridiculous. The movie was just bad. Like Robbie, you gotta stick to music, bro, because your movies are getting progressively worse, which is why your movies are not doing well. So what do? I'm gonna go back to the one that made me so much money. I'm gonna do another spin-off of House of a Thousand Corpses. So I made a sequel to that called Devil's Rejects. But you know what? Guess what, everyone? I tricked all y'all. They're still not dead, so I'm gonna do another movie, and because that's what everyone. Because that was the best thing I ever did, so I'm gonna try to capitalize on that. Because all my other movies sucked. You know what I'm saying? Stick to music, bro.
So my issue now, yeah, I highly agree because I remember, you know, when House of a Thousand Corpses came out, I'm like, oh, it's Rob Zombie, it's a horror film. You know, the title sounds like a throwback to like a 70s B-rated film. Which is, you know, I love B-rated films, more 80s than in 70s. But like, this is going to be great. I'm going to go, what, you know, I think I was living in Florida at the time, and I brought along a buddy of mine that I worked with, and we watched this movie, and we got up halfway through, went back to the box office and demanded our money back. And I've never done it to any other movie before or after, and I'm like, this movie was terrible. And then The Devil's Rejects come out, and you bought it on DVD at the time, and you're like, come on, man, just this is better. This is better than The House, but just try it. So I tried it, and it was better. Still sucked.
Still sucked, but it was better.
It was better. You're absolutely right. It was better. But and then I heard that he was doing Halloween, and I screamed bloody murder. I think I was
So
hoarse.
did Laurie Strode.
Yeah. I'm like, wow. You know, you look at Platinum Dunes, who remade Friday the 13th, and who remade Nightmare on Elm Street, who did Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, whatever you feel about how those remakes, I enjoyed those remakes, and the quality of those, the script writing, the again attention to detail, all that was in those movies. You look at Rob Zombie's, it's garbage. You know what? I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for that, but you know what? I don't care. I hated Halloween, and I refused to watch Halloween 2 because you and I had another coworker, especially my other coworker buddy guy. He loved it, and he's trying to convince me to watch it. He's going off on his details with the white horse and the mom and having. I'm like, no, just you explaining this doesn't make me want to watch it. Because it's Rob Zombie doesn't make me want to watch it. The trailer didn't make me want to watch it, so I refuse to watch Halloween 2. I refuse to watch any, although I did watch his animated one, which was a little bit enjoyable.
That was cool. I did.
The Bistro, I forgot the Super Bistro.
It was a stupid long ass.
It was stupid. It was. You know what it reminded me of? Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Hey, Beavis and Butthead's coming back.
I know.
Are you excited about that?
I'm more. You know what I want to come back? Not to get off topic. I want Celebrity Deathmatch to come back.
Bro, yes. Bring it back.
What I want back.
Bring that shit back, man. I'm 100% with you. That was the best.
I love that. Was
like
awesome.
That was like
they have to keep it clay stop motion animation. They can't do.
Yeah, that was like the Mortal Kombat of cartoons.
Oh, that was awesome. I loved it.
That shit was great. They gotta bring that back, man. Yeah. Let's all start a petition to get Celebrity Deathmatch back. That was so great.
Put my name down.
Who wants to? How much would you love to see, freaking for a Celebrity Deathmatch, a Patrick Starfish battle, freaking the purple Grimace from freaking McDonald's? How hilarious would that be?
Oh, yeah, that would be funny.
You got Patrick Starfish against fucking Grimace. The big purple thing. That would be so hilarious, bro. We gotta make that happen. Yo, seriously though, Celebrity Deathmatch was the shit. That was great. I'm gonna have to look up like on YouTube some of the old episodes and rewatch them.
Yeah.
But they make it Beavis and Butthead like old now.
Yeah, I saw a picture. It wasn't moving. You know, it was just a picture, and it was young Beavis and Butthead. You see them from behind, and they're looking at the couch, and they see them old Beavis and Butthead on the couch, still watching movies, still watching music videos.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm hoping. I'm really gonna watch it when it comes back.
Yeah.
Because I loved Beavis and Butthead. We both did. That was the best, man. And I'm hoping that they still interpret like new music videos into it. That would be great. But I don't think they will.
Is it coming back as a TV show or a movie?
Yeah.
TV show?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
MTV?
Coming back as a series. Huh?
MTV?
I doubt it. I don't know. I doubt MTV.
Because I know, what was it, like 10, 15 years ago, they came back out with them.
Let me look it up.
they came back
Listening.
with Beavis and Butthead, except for they were watching shows instead of music videos because MTV doesn't play music videos anymore, which is kind of funny because they still have a video award show. Figure that one out.
Yeah. Right.
But MTV went down the crapper years ago anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, MTV and the Grammys.
Grammys, VH1, all those.
The only thing I'm gonna say about the Grammys, and I know you're not gonna know this, and you're not a big fan, but to all my music buffs out there, how accurate and 100% spot on was Eminem and his song about when he started bashing the Grammys? 100% spot on. And I'm not gonna repeat the whole line, right? Because he goes on a tangent like he normally does. Especially in his later stuff, he raps like super fast. That's how he got into the Guinness Book of World Records. But in the middle of his rant, one of the things he says is, you get everybody there. It's like you get us all at the Grammys, or you get everybody there, and then you give Record of the Year to someone that no one's ever heard of, is what he said in the song. But yeah, so for anyone that's familiar with his stuff, how spot on was his like depiction of the Grammys? Because the Grammys, like Jay was saying, MTV, all that shit has just been like completely ruined from what it used to be to what it is now.
Well, so, it's just like the Oscars. The one that wins picture of the year is always a movie I've never heard of. I never saw a trailer for advertised. I never seen it listed in the movie theaters or anywhere, and yet it wins picture of the year. You know, on top of that, you know, if you're gonna do music and movies and whatever awards, do it all. You know, it's not just hip hop, rap, country, and pop. I mean, I understand that those are what's big right now, but you also have rock, you have heavy metal, you have all the other genres of music you'd never hear about. I mean, I understand that those are the ones off camera and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In the Oscars, though, they don't have a science fiction. They don't have a science fiction award. I mean, I understand that Star Wars has won a couple of things, but that's for like sound and sound effects and stuff like that. Those are like little
costume things.
Yeah. But you'll never see anybody from Star Wars or anything like that win a movie award, best actor, best director, or any of those categories. It's always dramas or comedies, but it's never. I mean, they don't have a horror category. They don't have a
sci-fi.
Sci-fi. They don't have an action, well, like a John Wick type action film. You know, a lot of the movies I watch is never on those shows. So why would I waste my time? Plus, I won't watch it anyway because of all the political crap that they spew on there. So that deters me from watching.
Yeah. So, 100%. And that's, you know, it's I don't care. Again, you know, we're not really going to get into it. I don't care what side you're on. I don't care what side you're on, right, left, blue, red, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? The unless someone died, I mean, and you want to do a tribute, you know, to them, that's a little bit different. But, you know, leave the we hear about politics. It's flooded in our shit. 24 hours a day. It's flooded between Facebook, between the TV commercials, for God's sakes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even if you're watching sports, there'll be a commercial. You know what I'm saying? So it's just people watch that shit to escape it. It's flooded. It floods us enough. Just keep it out, man. I don't care what side you're on and who you're for or against. Just leave it out. Leave it out.
I agree.
But it's funny that you mentioned that because I never really realized that, but now that you brought it up, I do. Where the Grammys does have a metal category. They do have a hard rock category. It's always off camera. They never show it on camera.
Right.
Matter of fact, Mudvayne one year won Best Metal Performance. So they do have a metal category, but there is no horror category for the Oscars or like best horror picture or best horror film. Or the only time horror has won anything is when it comes to makeup. There has been a couple of like wardrobe things or effect things that horror movies have won, but for the most part, they don't even have a category. So I think they should. Real quick, because I know you want to say something. Comedy Central is what Beavis Butthead's coming to.
Comedy Central was what?
What Beavis and Butthead is coming to.
Oh, really?
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was I? Oh, yeah. Well. Going back to the Grammys, yes, they have these categories, but you'll also never see, forget heavy metal, okay? Because I know that's the black sheep of the music industry right now. So forget heavy metal, but you'll never see like a hard rock band perform. I understand Nickelback has played, but that's Nickelback. But you'll never see a hard rock, like, I know they probably won't go, but I'm just saying that just because we also mentioned them earlier. You'll never see Slipknot play the Grammys. Not that they probably would say no, but they'll never be asked to play.
Yeah.
And to me, that's like, it also goes back to that conversation we had about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, where they induct everybody. We'll stop calling it the Hard Rock, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Just call it the Music Hall of Fame. And now you have the Grammys, which awards music, will incorporate all music. Just don't, yes, I understand. Like I said, you have all those the pop, rap, hip hop, and R&B are the big popular genres right now. But doesn't mean you have to exclude, especially in this age of inclusion. Don't exclude everybody else. I mean, you want just, I don't know. To me, it's just like a big popularity contest, like the Prom King and Queen. That's all it is.
Yeah. Listen, guys.
So I won't watch it.
This guy's got like 4 hammers and a lot of sharp objects behind him, so I wouldn't piss him off.
And I know how to use them all.
So I wouldn't piss him off. But no, on a serious note, you're absolutely right. Like it's not right. I mean, you have, for example, you brought up Slipknot, so we can talk about that. They've played on multiple late night shows. They've performed on multiple late night shows by they were asked and performed. They actually performed one of their new singles for the first time live on one of the late night shows. I forgot which one it was, but it was one of them. And so if they can perform, or not just them, or any hard rock or just straight rock band can perform on a late night show like that, why can't they perform at the Grammys? I mean, in last episode we talked about the Super Bowl, so we get that, but put them, they should be at the Grammys. And as far as the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I do think that they do need to change the name. Put the even somebody like Johnny Cash, for example. I like Johnny Cash.
I like Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash is a legend, but he doesn't belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
he belongs in the Music Hall.
Well, it's like I believe she's in it. It's like Aretha Franklin. She's a phenomenal singer. She deserves credit. She deserves any award and the whole nine. She deserves because she was a phenomenal singer. She is the godmother of soul. Does she belong in a rock and roll Hall of Fame? No. Does she belong in the Music Hall of Fame? Yes.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's a lot of people that I'm fans of, and there's a lot of people that I'm not fans of. Big and very big fans of, and very, very much not a fan of, that are in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
And I don't agree with either one. I don't agree with the ones that I really, really like being there, and some of the ones I really dislike being there, because they shouldn't be there. Just like like he said, it should be Music Hall of Fame. You got all your bases covered. You could put people like Jay-Z, for example, or Tupac, for example, or Prince.
Exactly.
Well, so some of Prince's stuff was rock and roll, so he could kind of go either way. Kind of depends on which part of his career you pick, but for the most part, I mean, I think it is time for a name change. I don't think people would necessarily be so opposed to it. I mean, you put people like Notorious Big in there. You put people like Aretha Franklin, for example. You put, even Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash doesn't belong in there. No. The man's a damn legend, and I love Johnny Cash, but he doesn't belong in there. Yeah. So,
I always give talent. Talent is due, whether I like them or not, whether I like the music or not. It's like I just had like Whitney Houston. I don't like Whitney Houston's music. I don't. I just can't get into that music. It's just not for me. I mean, it could be for whoever else is watching this. It could be for them. It's not for me. She is talented.
I'll always love you, Jay, even though you don't like. Aww. Even though you don't.
Will you always?
Always.
No, I won't say. I won't torture
you
people like. But no, she really is. She is talented and deserves to be in some sort of Hall of Fame. Not the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Well, not that kind of rock. She liked rock, but not that kind of rock. But anyway.
Wow, see that? I did not go there. He did. So you yell at him.
I know. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that shit. That was bad. So, but no, it's you're right. It needs to change. It does. Yeah. It does. It's not right.
Or they can build a Music Hall of Fame right next to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is strictly rock. Or change the name, whatever's cheaper.
Well, what they could do, well, I guess it would still constitute. Changing the name, because they could do like. When I think about it, I think about it as like a. I can't think of a better analogy, but it's kind of a poor analogy. But like Epcot, where you have different sections.
Yeah.
So you go to one section, and it's like Futureland, and then you go to another one, and it's like Worldland or whatever, World or Future World or.
I can tell you, I've not been to Epcot in a long time.
So you have the Music Hall of Fame, and then you have like, okay, well, this area is the hip hop.
Yeah, like different wings of the building is dedicated to each. I get that.
Yeah, and I think that you have a miscellaneous area where you could put like, some really old,
like Kenny G.
Like no, older than that, like Etta James or something, like really older people, going way back.
What, like Hermit?
No, that's more like 60s. So that could be like.
That's more. Doing 50s would be like the Dave Clark 5.
Or I was thinking even older.
Or Chuck Berry. Although he's rocking.
Something like Chuck Berry, maybe you could put that like, because that's going pretty far back. So you could put like, some of the oldest artists that were the biggest in that miscellaneous area, and then you have like a hip hop area, where you would have, that's where Notorious B.I.G. would be, Tupac, Jay-Z, stuff like that. So they would get moved to there. And then
Although, should Tupac and Biggie be right next to each other? Or should one be further down the hall?
yeah, well, that's debatable. I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into that story because I'm not gonna have people come after me.
Yeah.
Because who knows who's gonna see this, but anybody who's familiar with that situation knows who's responsible for all that. But we'll leave it at that. Um, so
It was Kenny G who was responsible.
if
That's
it was
why
Kenny G, they
Kenny
probably
G,
like
saxophone,
yeah.
long
No.
curly hair.
I know who Kenny G is,
All right.
but I think that if it was about Kenny G, they probably just would have moved out of the country and ran away. I mean,
Well, exactly. That's why it's one less chick in the hood.
you know, but I mean, it was. I don't know. There's so much stupid shit that doesn't make sense. You know?
Yes.
How is it that difficult to change the name of the Hall of Fame though? It just I don't know. If you could pick one person to go into the Hall of Fame that's not there, who would you pick?
Well, you see, that's the thing. I don't know who is and who. Well, I know who. I know some people that are. I don't know. Like, I mean, I could write a name and they could already be in there. But, um, um, all right. Well, all right. I'm not a huge fan of this group. I like a lot of their songs. I won't see them in person. I just don't care to, you know. But what about Aerosmith? Are they in there?
They are.
They
To
are.
my
See?
knowledge.
Okay.
I can tell you one band that I'm pretty sure turned it down.
Who's that?
I'm pretty sure Iron Maiden turned it down.
Really?
I think so.
Huh.
Pretty sure that they said they don't want to be in it.
What about ACDC?
Don't know.
Yeah. ACDC, I mean,
I know Motley Crue's been.
I'm an ACDC guy. In fact, actually, I was. Huh?
Go ahead.
I was actually talking to my oldest son earlier today. I was on Instagram, and him and I cracked up laughing. We had this a bunch of friends, I guess, and one guy's on the xylophone, and he's doing his xylophone thing, and I'm like, well, that sounds like AC/DC Thunderstruck. And then another guy was on acoustic guitar, and I'm like, yeah, that's, and we heard somebody go thunder doing that, right? And then another guy comes on, and all of a sudden, whoever's holding the phone just does like one of these. He comes up, I was phone, doing it right up to the end, just totally unexpected. Me and my son were cracking up laughing. But then I told him, after we were finished laughing, I told him, Thunderstruck is got to be one of the most covered metal songs or hard rock songs, or at least by AC/DC anyway. Anybody's covering AC/DC is definitely covering Thunderstruck, and
yeah.
I've heard them in commercials. I've heard 2 AC/DC songs in 2 different commercials, just the last week alone. So obviously there's some sort of popularity behind them today. So I think they deserve to be. They've been around for what 50 years now. So been around a long time. So they should definitely be in the Hall of Fame. There was another band I just thought of. Alice in Chains. They've been around for 30 years.
Alice in Chains should be in the Hall of Fame 100%. I know Nirvana just got added like a year or so ago. They just got added. Speaking of which, I don't know how I missed bringing up that the Foo Fighters released a new song under Dream Window. I don't know how I missed
Oh,
bringing.
yeah.
Bring it.
Do you know Dave Grohl's going to be in a movie? I think he's
Yes,
starring in it.
it's actually the song from the movie, and
Oh, okay.
it's believe it or not, it's all the members. It's a death metal song.
Really?
Oddly enough, so this is the second time that they've released. This is the third name for the band that they've released. They released obviously Foo Fighters. They released a full cover album under the name the DGs, doing all Bee Gees covers.
Okay.
Which was actually pretty good. Surprisingly good. I'll have to send you a link to one. And now they released another song called March of the Insane, which is a straight, almost death metal song under the name Dream Window.
Okay. I have
So,
to hear their cover of Staying Alive. That's.
I don't know. I don't think it was Staying Alive. I'll tell you what songs they did. Hold on. It wasn't Staying Alive though. I know for a fact that.
How do you cover?
I got a cover for it. Go ahead.
How do you cover the Bee Gees multiple songs and not do Staying Alive?
I don't know, bro. Crazy, right? Let me see here. It was, where is it? Let's see. Okay. You Should Be Dancing, Night Fever, Tragedy, Shadow Dancing, More Than a Woman, Making a Fire, Shame, Shame, Waiting on a War, No Son of Mine, and Cloud Spotter.
Okay. I know a few of those songs. Yeah.
Yeah, so I could send you like Shadow Dancing. That's a big one.
Yeah, I know that one.
Night Fever is another one, obviously. So amazingly, now I'm gonna talk about the one other thing really quick. Speaking of surprisingly really good covers, this one's gonna surprise you. You ready? Weezer covering Africa.
Oh, really?
Really.
What?
I kid you not. It was surprisingly really good. Like really good. Weezer. Yes.
Weezer.
I'm not I kid you not. Right? If I had a speaker, I'd even play like 30 seconds of it. And you wouldn't even know it was Weezer, right? But I'm telling you, it is that good. Listen to now they released a whole cover album, right? And I'm not a big fan of Toto or whatever, but the Africa cover they did is really fucking good.
Yeah.
Really fucking good. They did Africa, Everyone Wants to Rule the World, Sweet Dreams. The other really good cover they did is Take On Me. Remember that one?
Yep.
That was really good too. That's worth a listen. Happy Together, Paranoid.
Really?
Yeah, that's not very good. Mr. Blue Sky.
Okay.
No Scrubs, which actually isn't too bad. The TLC cover.
Yeah.
Billie Jean.
Yep.
And Stand By Me.
Okay.
So yeah, I know that's a shocking one, but I'm telling you, their cover of Africa is actually really good. Like,
okay, I'll have to YouTube that.
Yeah, like I could send you the link, and it's one of those songs where I listen to it because don't get me wrong, Weezer is pretty fucking annoying, but they do have a couple of songs that I've always liked. They do have a couple of songs that are really catchy that I did really like. So I have one or two on my phone, and the way that the new release, one of the new release things on my phone works is if you have any artists on your phone and they release anything new, it pops up. on that tab, and it's like, oh, new releases for you based on your artists that you purchased. I don't purchase anything, but that's just how they categorize it. And Weezer came up, so I'm like, oh, let's see. I haven't heard. Even I didn't even know they're still around. So let me see what. Let me see what's on there. Maybe I'll check it out. Like I said, I listened to everything. Come to find out, it was a whole covers album. So I was like, all right, I'll listen to the whole thing. And the very first track was the Africa track, and I'm like, this is really fucking good. Yeah, I'll have to send it to you. And for somebody that hates Weezer as much as you do, I'd be interested to see what you think, because that's a pretty classic song too.
Yeah, it is classic.
And it's a pretty shitty band covering
it.
Yeah, and it's a pretty shitty band covering a really classic song.
Wouldn't be the first time.
No. But that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up. But I will actually send you that link so you can tell me about it. You don't have to. It'll just be like you can listen to it and just send me a response. Thank everybody for tuning in. I didn't expect it to go 2 hours, but
that's what happens on the show.
That's what happens on this show too. Like we started talking about Beavis and Butthead. We started talking about Hellraiser and how shitty Rob Zombie's movies are.
Yep. I think
gotta agree
with this one.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Jay. Like I liked the first Halloween, but the second one was fucking terrible. I agree with him on that. But yeah, how shitty Rob Zombie's movies are. We talked about music. We talked about some pretty terrible music and some pretty damn good music. It's pretty damn terrible movies.
We were pretty much all over the board with this one.
We were all over. Oh, we even talked about video games.
Video games, the Grammys, Celebrity Deathmatch. I mean, come on.
Please, 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 please.
Yeah.
Bring back Celebrity Deathmatch, man. That would make my whole decade. Bring it back. Bring it back. I want to see Patrick fight Grimace. Dude, that would be so great. And then SpongeBob could fight Qbert or whatever his name is. That would be great. The two squares battle. What match? So for one last thing, what match would you want to see? What would be your dream match on there?
Well, if they're gonna bring it back, they would have to do it in today's pop culture because that was 20 plus years ago. So I guess it would be. Let's see. Who do we have? Who do we have? Jeez. How about Breaking Bad was a good show, so we'll do Walter White versus I can't think. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. It's late in the night. I've been up since 4:30 this morning.
I would say Scarface versus Rambo.
Okay, I don't see the matchup with that one, but okay.
They both got big ass machine guns. But anyway, you guys have a good night. Thank you for tuning in. We were all over the place. Jay, anything you want to say before we go?
No, just just our usual. You can make comments to us, good or bad, but please, be respectful for us, as we are respectful for everybody else, and just carry that throughout the rest of the world. We hope everybody stays safe out there. and I hope you guys really enjoy us just shooting the shit. So, everybody, thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night. And we are